What's up, buddies and buddy girls? Welcome back to Facts Friday. So, there was a request for me to do a video without the windshield, and I just wanted to test this out to see if anyone else liked this or if I should just stick with the windshield. We are going to be doing 60 fun facts about fish. As always, if you enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments if you like the whispers without the windshield. Because if you do, then I could, mix it up, go back and forth with and without. Let's get started. Most fish reproduce by laying eggs, though some fish, such as great white sharks, give birth to live babies called pups. Lungfish can live out of water for several years. It secretes a mucus cocoon and burrows itself under the unbaked earth. It takes in air with its lungs through a built-in breathing tube that leads to the surface. A lungfish has both gills and a lung. Some fish, such as the great white shark, can raise their body temperature. This helps them hunt for prey in cold water. The oldest known age for a fish was an Australian lungfish. In 2003, it was still alive and well at 65 years old. Fish use a variety of low-pitched sounds to convey messages to each other. They moan, grunt, croak, boom, hiss, whistle, creak, shriek, and wail. They rattle their bones and gnash their teeth. However, fish do not have vocal cords. They use other parts of their bodies to make noises, such as vibrating muscles against their swim bladder. Fish can form schools containing millions of fish. They use their eyes and something called a lateral line to hold their places in the school. The lateral line is a row of pores running along the fish's side from head to tail. Special hairs in the pores sense changes in water pressure from the movements of other fish or predators. Starfish are not fish, neither are jellyfish. Since a fish's jaw is not attached to its skull, many fishes can shoot their mouths forward like a spring to catch startled prey. Electric eels and electric rays have enough electricity to kill a horse. Sharks are the only fish that have eyelids. have sleep-like periods where they have lowered response to stimuli, slowed physical activity, and reduced metabolism, but they do not share the same changes in brain waves as humans do when they sleep. Some fish, such as the herbivorous fish, grazers, often lack jaw teeth, but have tooth-like grinding mills in their throats called pharyngeal teeth. Most fish have taste buds all over their body. An estimated 1/3 of male fish in British waters are changing sex due to pollution in human sewage. Saltwater fish need to drink more water than freshwater fish, since seawater is saltier than the liquids in a fish's body. Water inside the fish is constantly flowing out. If they didn't drink to replace the lost water, saltwater fish would dry up like prunes. The oldest fish hook ever found dates back to about 42,000 years ago. Most fish have little salt in them. Sharks, however, have meat as salty as the ocean they live in. Most brands of lipstick contain fish scales. Most fish can see in color and use colors to camouflage themselves or defend themselves and their territory. Most fish have the best possible eyesight for their habitat and can most certainly see you peering at them in a fish tank. Some fish can see polarized and ultraviolet light. I think when that show Cosmos was on, that's when I learned that I think he said, like, fish's eyesight is way better than humans. Just because of evolution, like, they were around the longest type of thing, and their eyesight just evolved better and better, over the years, because fish have been around for millions of years, and they developed this amazing eyesight that we kind of lack, I guess. I mean, to us it doesn't seem like our vision is that bad, but comparatively, it's probably not so good. A fish does not add new scales as it grows, but the scales it has increase in size. In this way, growth rings are formed, and the rings reveal the age of a fish. Fish that have thin fins with a split tail indicate that they move very quickly or may need them to cover great distances. On the other hand, fish that live among rocks and reefs near the ocean floor have broad lateral fin and large tails. A ship has a heavy keel in the lower part to keep it from capsizing. Fish, on the other hand, have the keel on top. If the paired fins stop functioning to keep the fish balanced, the fish turns over because its heaviest part tends to sink, which happens when it dies. as far as 660 feet or 200 meters, and they can reach heights of up to 19 feet or 6 meters. An inflated porcupine fish can reach a diameter of up to 35 inches or 90 centimeters. It puffs up by swallowing water and then storing it in its stomach. The stomach increases in size with more water. If the fish is taken out of water, it can inflate in a similar way by swallowing air. A fish can drown in water. Like humans, fish need oxygen. So if there isn't enough oxygen in the water, they will suffocate. Although the fang-toothed fish is only a few inches long, it has teeth about the size of a human's. Their teeth are so big that they can't close their mouths completely. The fish in the middle of a school control the school. The fish on the outside are guided by those in the middle. Only bony fish can swim in highly coordinated groups. Most fish cannot swim backwards. Those that can are mainly members of one of the eel families. Fish would suffocate if they tried to chew because chewing would interfere with water passing over their gills. The biggest fish in the world is the giant whale shark, which can grow to nearly 60 feet, or the length of 2 school buses. It weighs over 25 tons and eats mainly plankton. It has over 4,000 teeth, though they are only 3 millimeters long. The most poisonous fish in the world is the stonefish. Its sting can cause shock, paralysis, and even death if not treated within a few hours. The word piranha is from the tupi, Brazil piranha, and means scissors, found in freshwater rivers in South America. Piranhas have razor-sharp teeth. They typically eat fish, insects, seeds, fruit, and even larger animals such as horses. While there are no proven reports of piranhas killing a person, they do eat human carcasses. The fastest fish is the sailfish. It can swim as fast as a car travels on the highway. That's crazy. Seahorses are the only fish that swim upright. The slowest fish is a seahorse. It swims so slowly that a person can barely tell it is moving. The slowest is the dwarf seahorse, which takes about 1 hour to travel 5 feet. It even looks like it's simply standing up, not swimming. Some fish do not have scales. Sharks, for example, have rough, sandpapery skin instead of scales. Fish have multiple Christian and pre-Christian overtones. For example, the Greek word for fish is ichthyes. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. Which is an acronym for Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. and was used to mark early Christian tombs and meeting places because of their association with fertility. Fish have also been linked to Isis and Aphrodite. In Japan, the pufferfish is a succulent but lethal delicacy. It contains tetrodotoxin, a deadly poison. However, it is so delicious that Japanese gourmets risk their lives to prepare it. To make this high-risk dish, chefs must have a certificate from a special school that teaches preparation of this toxic fish. Hammerhead sharks can live in schools of more than 500 sharks. The strongest female swims in the middle. When she is ready to mate, she shakes her head from side to signal the other female sharks to move away, so she is the center of attention. Some desert pupfish can live in hot springs that reach temperatures greater than 113 degrees Fahrenheit. A male emperor angelfish lives together with up to 5 female mates. If the emperor angelfish dies, one of the females turns into a male fish and becomes the leader of the group. The mud skipper is a fish that spends most of its time out of water and can walk on its fins. It carries a portable water supply in its gill chambers. When it leaves the water, it can also breathe through the pores of its wet skin. There are approximately 32,000 different kinds of fish in the world today, which is more than all the other kinds of vertebrates combined. Scientists are discovering new species all the time. The batfish plays dead when danger is near. It floats motionless on its side when scared, making it look like a dead leaf floating on the surface of the water. Anableps, 4-eyed fish, can see above and below water at the same time. Sometimes tornadoes pick up fish while traveling over water and carry them over land where the fish rain down. These fish showers have been happening for thousands of years. Roman writer Pliny the Younger describes this phenomenon in the 1st century AD. Male anglerfish are much smaller than the female. While the female can reach up to 24 inches long, the males barely reach 1.6 inches long and live as parasites on their mates. They stay together for life. As the male ages, he gets smaller and smaller. The female anglerfish's light is always on. Scientists have explored only 1% of the ocean depths. They believe millions of new kinds of animals and fish are down there waiting to be discovered. Empty dogfish egg cases sometimes wash up onto the beach. Some people call them mermaid purses. The entire body of a catfish is covered with taste buds. Catfish Fish have over 27,000 taste buds. Humans have around 7,000. Humans have been amazed for centuries that salmon, after journeying across the ocean, can find the river where they were born. In the Yukon River in Alaska and in Canada, certain tagged Chinook salmon covered nearly 2,000 miles in 60 days. Salmon also have adapted to live in a variety of aquatic environments, including rivers, lakes, coral reefs, and the open sea. Fish were the first vertebrates with bony skeletons to appear on Earth. Unlike today's fish, early fish had no scales, fins, or jawbone, but they did have a dorsal fin. Hagfish are some of the slimiest animals on Earth. An Atlantic hagfish can make enough slime in 1 minute to fill a bucket. Unlike bony fish, sharks and rays do not have swim bladders. They have to swim all the time, even when they are sleeping. Otherwise, they will sink to the bottom of the ocean. A seahorse can move each of its eyes separately. One eye can look forward while the other looks backward. Seahorses can also change their color to match their surroundings. The term fish is used when referring to one species of fish. The term fishes is used when referring to more than one species. 10 salmon, 3 trout, and 1 angelfish are 14 fishes. Unlike most other fish, the ocean sunfish does not have a tail. A female sunfish can lay 300 million eggs each year. Each egg is smaller than the period at the end of this sentence. Lampreys and hagfish are the most primitive form of fish still living today. Most types of seahorses pair for life. Female seahorses lay their eggs inside a pouch on the male seahorse's belly. When the babies are ready to hatch, the male holds onto a piece of seaweed with his tail and rocks back and forth until the babies pop out of his pouch. And the last fact: the freshwater pygmy and Luzon gobies of the Philippines, the saltwater Marshall Islands goby, and the tiny rice fish from Thailand all reach a maximum length of half an inch, roughly the size of a grain of rice. They are typically considered the world's smallest fishes. I'm sorry if I mispronounced anything there today. I hope this video is good for you. I know it's a little bit longer than what I've been doing. I had a little extra time, so I wanted to make one that was a little longer for you guys. Hopefully I can start playing games again, because I kind of miss playing games. So I will see you on Monday, and don't forget to let me know if you liked this video, the sound without the windscreen.